Good morning. You joined me from the hospital car park this morning because I have actually just been for an x-ray. Productive start to a Monday morning because I've been meaning to get this x-rayed for a year. I actually don't think I've ever explained this, but basically when I was in Australia, I really hurt my wrist while I was surfing, and I knew I'd really hurt it when I did it, but I ignored it because I was like, oh, it'll probably just go away. And also I didn't have any Medicare in Australia, so like I would have had to pay for an x-ray. I was being tight and I thought, you know what, it'll just get better on its own. Turns out it didn't get better on its own. Turns out it actually got worse, and it got to the point where now every time I use this wrist, it hurts so much. Like, it's so weak. I can't lift anything with this hand. Every time I'm using my laptop, I am like, if I'm at an angle on a desk, that really hurts. And I was like, do you know what, this is just affecting my day-to-day life now, so I'm gonna go get an x-ray. That was about 6 weeks ago, and then I got an appointment through, couldn't do it because I wasn't free, and finally I've actually gone for an x-ray. Hopefully it's gonna come back pretty quickly. It was so quick. I was in and out in like 2 seconds, and I really thought I might be waiting like an hour, but it's like a little community hospital here in Beverley, so it was really empty, to be honest. So fingers crossed for me. I don't really know what the solution is here. I think I'm probably just gonna have to have physio on it because there's nothing broken. Like, you can see there's nothing broken. The doctor already checked it and was like, I don't think there's a broken bone, but it's just like some tendons or something. But at least I've had the x-ray. My morning has also been eventful because if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this saga last week. This vlog's going up quite a way ahead actually, so this will have been ages ago, but basically I stayed in Newcastle on Thursday night last week before I went to see Taylor Swift, and stupidly left my AirPods in the hotel room. So the mistake was my own. Shouldn't have left them, should have checked. I think I left them in the bed, and because the AirPods are white and the bedding is white, I just didn't see them and then left. However, the plot thickens because yesterday I could see that they were taken from the hotel to an address just outside of Newcastle, and they're still paired to my phone, so I can see them when they're moving, and they're marked as lost, so I get a notification every time they're like moving. And this morning they were taken back to the hotel, which makes me sort of think somebody that works at the hotel has taken them, and I really didn't know what to do about this. I came to Instagram and I was like, should I ring the hotel? Should I just leave it? 'Cause I don't want to accuse anybody of theft. Like, that's just not what I'm about. You don't know somebody's circumstances. I don't want to get anybody into trouble, but also they are mine and somebody has them, so I was really torn about what to do. Anyway, I did ring the hotel, and the guy in reception was initially really helpful and then rang back and was like, oh, we actually can't really do anything. This is like a really serious accusation, so this is above what we can help you with. You'll have to involve Tyneside police. And I was like, simply, I'm not doing that. I don't want to call the police about this. It's not that deep. It's a pair of AirPods. Like, it was my mistake for leaving them. I just know the police would literally laugh me out of town if I was like, oh, somebody nicked my AirPods. Like, they've got bigger things to be dealing with. They wouldn't be very helpful. It would also just be a big old process. Like, I don't want to file a police report, you know? The bottom line is, eventful morning. AirPod saga is over, I think now. There's nothing else I can really do. I don't want to take it any further, but like, the staff at the hotel maybe should know. This has been a very adulty morning. A hospital appointment and a police. Like, let's just use all the emergency services today, shall we? I hope we don't need the fire brigade. God. You joined me from my car, but this time as a passenger because... Hello, here's my mum. She's very kindly dropping me at the train station because I'm actually heading to London now. I'm spending more time in London this month than I am in Beverley. I've started the vlog, so I'm coming at you with an update. One that I did not expect, guys. The hotel called me back. Actually, they called me back twice. They called me back the first time to ask me for my serial number that was on the AirPods to prove that they were mine. And then they called me back about half an hour after that to tell me that they had found the guy that took them, and that it was a member of the housekeeping team that had taken them when they were cleaning the room. Honestly, the last thing I actually wanted was for anybody to get into trouble, because I just think it's not that deep at the end of the day on my part. Obviously, there are consequences for stealing, especially if you steal from your place of work. So I'm really torn between if I feel like happy that I've got them back or just upset that I've got somebody into trouble. Honestly, I really didn't want that. Credit to the hotel because they did some internal investigating. I told them to leave it because I didn't want to involve the police. And I don't really know why this man would have handed them in, because if you're going around going, oh, we're collecting AirPods in because somebody's reported them as stolen from the hotel, why would you then hand in this very same pair of stolen AirPods? But he must have done for them to like cross-reference the serial number, so I don't really understand it. It's all very weird, to be honest, but bottom line of it is I'm getting them back. Can you believe this? My mum was next to me while I was on the phone all morning. I've spoke to this hotel about 6 times this morning. I feel I know them.
Because they did it so quickly.
They really did, yeah. Yeah, so Royal Station Hotel, Newcastle. Don't leave your belongings behind, they may be stolen, but if they are, the team there, pretty on the balls. That's my overall review. Leaving the saga here now because it's done, but what a day. Good morning. You joined me from the Ibis in London. I didn't film anything else last night. I got to London. You guys saw I got the train. And then I met Lizzie, who's behind me. There she is. And we basically came here. We had the most chilled out evening. Wouldn't really have been very much to film. Imagine us with face masks on and then watching a film. That is literally what happened. And now it is Tuesday and it is a very nice sunny day in London. Look at this. That's a bit of a blue sky up there. We've also got a great people watching spot. We're quite high up actually. All those people down there. Don't even know we're watching. However, the reason that I'm here and the reason I'm staying in this Ibis is because I'm actually shooting a campaign with them. Hopefully you guys will have seen it on Instagram by now. But very, very excited to be working with them. Lizzie and I have actually used Ibises specifically in this area before. Like, we are in Canning Town, which is East London, and when we got here yesterday, it just reminds us of going to summer in the city, which was years ago now. We actually worked out the last city we went to.
2019.
2019. But many a good memory has been had in that Ibis. This isn't that one, it's right around the corner. But basically, staying here, Lizzie is working right now. I'm about to head out to shoot some content in Shoreditch, which I'm quite excited about. Leave Lizzie here, girl bossing behind me. And then I'm gonna come back, and this evening we actually have very exciting plans to go to like a jazz bar. Honestly, I don't really know too much. A lot of the itinerary has sort of been like organised and suggested by Ibis. Like the content that I'm shooting for them has a lot of links to music, which is so okay by me because you guys know I love live music, and I especially feel like this month is very music heavy, very concert heavy. Certain blonde American pop star might be running my month of June. So yeah, music fits well with me, and that is roughly the plan. But right now I'm about to get the tube, leave Lizzie behind, and I'll bring you along. She's crying. Oh. So I am in Greenwich, and as I said earlier, this whole area reminds me of being like 18 and 19. Haven't been here in ages. Behind me we've got the Cutty Sark, and then over there somewhere there's the Greenwich Observatory, which is like the kind of like planet museum. Wow. It's the Cutty Sark. Actually not 100% sure what it's famous for, but it is a big tourist attraction. You can actually go on it. Obviously it's an absolutely massive boat that is just up here on the land. I feel like I said this the other week, but Greenwich is one of my favourite parts of London. I just think it doesn't feel like you're in the city itself. Like, it's a lot calmer, it's a lot less like hustle and bustle. And then obviously over the other side of the river here you have Canary Wharf. As soon as you cross back over that side it's like stressful, busy, especially today it's like a working day. Came through Canary Wharf and all of the like finance bros are at work there obviously at the moment, and I was like, hello, I'm just going to do my vlog. Where I do feel a bit silly, but you know what, it's all good. Anyway, I'm actually gonna head towards Shoreditch now. That was my port of call originally, but I was like, do you know what, I do actually have like a spare hour and I've not been to Greenwich in ages, and I think it makes for some really pretty content. Like, it's just a lot greener, it's a lot less London-y than Central. If I was to move here I would definitely look at moving to this area, but like I say, I just really like the vibes here. Anyway, right now hopping back on the tube and going up to Shoreditch to visit some markets and have a little look on Brick Lane. They've got some vintage stores, they've got some record stores, they've got some shops that tie in really well with the content that I'm shooting for Ibis, and also it's actually not too far away. I thought I would update you. Are you actually ready for this? I'm not sure that you are. Bearing in mind, Lizzie and I are about to go down in the hotel. A lot of people staying in this hotel are here for like corporate work events. This is how we're dressed currently. We look ridiculous because we match. The thing is, I do have another top, I could swap it. We're gonna go to listen to some music. I told you it was jazz. I think it's actually electric. Don't really know what that is.
Electric?
Electric.
Interesting.
But first we're gonna have some food. We're gonna have some drinks here in the hotel bar. We're dressed the same.
Wasn't supposed to happen.
Also, I was just saying to Lizzie, it's really funny because about 3 years ago, Lizzie had really dark brown hair. And I had bleach blonde hair. So somewhere, I'll see if I can find a photo.
There's loads.
Yeah, there is. I remember taking some in my bedroom actually when I was really blonde. The inverse of the hair colours that we've got now. So we've done a little swap.
Also, don't get a full fringe. If you are considering it, for even 1 second, this is how it'll end up.
To be honest, I think because it's a bit grown out, you're making that work.
I was supposed to look like Taylor Swift.
Do you know what?
I look like Wednesday Addams.
No, you don't. If you're my hair, you look like Wednesday Addams. Do you know what I always think about Taylor? Because I would love a fringe, but
also, that was a joke. I wasn't supposed to look like Taylor. I can't see.
I always think I would love to get a fringe, but my hair's really curly. But her hair is really curly, and she still rocks a fringe, even when it's frizzy.
I think you could do it.
No,
I'm not promoting it because
it would be straight for approximately 5 minutes. I would leave the house. It would be up here. It'd be so short.
It's really not fun. It's not. The minute you get any kind of like,
I think it suits you though.
Or thanks. The minute you get like hot, any kind of weather.
I get a sweaty forehead as it is. With a fringe touching it, it would be like baby hairs, but up here, oh, it would be terrible actually.
I think one of my hairs is actually doing, yeah, wait.
You have got a little kink going on there. Yeah, that, but mine would look like that, apart from all of it. We are departing our hotel stay. We have basically lived in these beds for 2 days, and actually guys, it's been quite a success. We've been quite productive. Obviously Lizzie works from home, so she's been at work, I've been at work, and I would say, I don't know what this bit of hair's doing, all things considered, I've got quite a lot done. Yesterday night I even dyed my eyebrows, not that you can really tell. Productive. Shot some fun content for Ibis, which hopefully you will see very, very soon. Maybe even already, actually. I'm not too sure when this vlog is going up. But now we are about to head on the tube and go our separate ways. But it was very nice. This was actually a really lovely way to be able to catch up, because for once we didn't have any set in stone plans. Yeah. So it meant we could just, like, when we weren't shooting the content, we watched a movie. Yeah. We've yapped and chilled, and it's not been like a crazy rush, which has been a change. Look at this bit of hair. Unslit. What is that? Right, okay. Good morning from London, from a different part of London, from a different hotel. This morning, it is Monday. I think that the last thing I filmed was actually last week when I was here on Wednesday. So I was down here like half of last week and the beginning of this week, but all for exciting reasons. Today, I'm actually joined with my mum because we were down here yesterday for something so cute. Basically, we were very kindly invited to do kitten yoga with the people at Kitty Yoga London. These are some videos. I actually cannot tell you how obsessed with these cats I am. Like, mum and I, very little yoga was done. Like a bit of yoga, I tried. Mum tried even less, because about 30 seconds in, this cat just kind of plonked herself right in the middle of mum's yoga mat.
It's adorable.
It was cute, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're going to get cute.
You heard it here first. Janine's getting a cat. We are in London today. We stayed overnight last night because I'm actually doing some work today that I am so excited to shoot. My mum is coming with me. It's very exciting, but I thought I would vlog it as well. Like, the content that I'm shooting for them is on Instagram, but I just think it's going to be such a nice day out and fits with the kind of content that I do all the time anyway, that we are going on a little day trip, a little randomly generated London day trip. Think train station platform roulette with a bit of a twist. That's the concept, and I'm so excited because I mean, look at this, look at this. Not to jinx that, can you see that? That is a clear blue sky. So wherever we go, it's gonna be beautiful. Let's go get a train. Yeah, is this your first travel challenge?
Yeah, it's not with Harry or Tom.
It is Harry or Tom. You've been roped in. Our dad has filmed one actually.
Never done one, I don't think.
It's not very you. I feel you're not spontaneously, randomly, let's get on a train kind of gal.
And I'm exhausted.
No, you're not. You're not. Let's go.
How did we do yesterday?
Yesterday, not that many. It wasn't even. Yeah, it's not even 20,000. Come on, get up. We're going. Where have we ended up going to? Banstead, which is somewhere that neither of us have ever been or heard of. So part of this game was Southern Rail have like challenged us to basically visit a location we've never been to before. There are quite a lot in the surrounding suburbs of London, because I feel I'm getting pretty good at travel challenges, but there's a lot of suburbs. Like, we're going to Surrey, and I actually don't think I've ever been to Surrey, and I don't think you have either.
No, we're not actually that far away from London.
No, we're not. We've actually only travelled, I think it's like 18 kilometers, so like 11 miles or something. But also there's nobody in the train carriage right now. That's why I'm talking to you like this, like have the whole train carriage to ourselves, which is great, because the point of shooting this content is that we're getting some content on the train. And in my head I was like, God, imagine if the train is packed and then I have to be like, ah. But no, there's nobody in this whole carriage. Is great. About to get off. We have a list of things to do here. We've done some research, we've done some googling, and it looks beautiful. The whole premise of this is we are only 10 miles out of London, like we've said, but it is going to be a world away from like the hustle and bustle of the city. And like I said this morning, we pulled through with the weather. Like, it's so sunny. Got this little outfit on. We're here.
We are now approaching
Banstead. We have made it to Mayfield Lavender Farm, which is here in Banstead, just slightly outside of the town itself, and it is beautiful, guys. Like, it's basically this huge lavender field which is open seasonally, so it only opened on Saturday. Don't know how well you can see it because of the lighting, but like, it's just rows upon rows of lavender. It's so pretty. I've actually seen this on Instagram before, guys, so I think I've just seen other people visit here. Obviously, if you live in the city or if you live local and you want to do like a nice day trip out somewhere that's a lot calmer, and also somewhere I think it's only really open through the summer. I don't know how long lavender season is, but definitely June, July time. So it's obviously not all year. So I've seen people that have been here before, people in like purple dresses and stuff. I've gone for the white skirt and like a pinky purple top because, and this is such a petty reason, but I've stood and taken photos in lupins in New Zealand in the only purple dress that I own, which is this one. So I was like, I don't want the photos to look exactly the same as that. Which is a very first world problem. So I thought long skirt, that's kind of cute, and that's definitely the vibe. There's a lot of people here that have got like kind of dressed to come here, which is nice. And now we're gonna walk down because they've actually got a little cafe, a little shop. My mum's behind me. She's being chief photographer.
Chief photographer.
You've also got a nice skirt on.
Thank you.
Where's that from? Motel Rocks?
It is, yeah.
Motel Rocks. It also sort of reminds me, guys, and I was saying this when we first got here, the only thing I can compare this to that I've been to in England before is like a pumpkin patch. Like the way that it's laid out is quite similar because it's obviously got the rows upon rows of lavender and then all of the like accessories where you can get your photo taken. And there's a lot of pumpkin patches, especially near us, that I've been to at Halloween that are quite similar to that. But look at how beautiful this is. Not your average Monday.
It is not.
And a great first impression entry to Surrey. We've come to a cafe called Chai. Look at how good this food looks. Both of them look amazing.
It's incredibly yours.
That is a good quiche as well though. I very nearly got that. What's in the pot?
Probably as well as a salad.
Good dressing, yeah. Oh, this just looks so good. Let's have a catch up because I feel as though I've edited this vlog back up until this point and so much is going on with very little context, but basically the general gist of it is I spent most of last week and most of this week in London working on some really fun little project worky bits. I feel as though I say this quite a lot, but I feel like I thrive off of being busy and the schedule has been very hectic, maybe a little bit too much so. All exciting things, that is kind of like, those campaigns are like done now. So I've had a bit more of a chill day today and yesterday. In fact, I actually think that last clip that you just saw was Tom and I cooking dinner. We kind of like scheduled in to our calendars a night where we could actually just like cook together and like properly catch up, where we didn't have anything on, because I feel as though obviously Tom is at work 9 to 5 and I'm away quite a lot. Sometimes it can be really hard to line those up, I'm not gonna lie. That was really nice. That was the last clip that you saw, and now I am back in my bedroom. I freshly washed my hair. Some good news, guys, is I've actually finally got my proper vlogging camera back. So I've been vlogging on my really old G7X Mark II and I've got my Mark III back from Canon. I'm not gonna lie though, I am actually very convinced they've just sent me out a brand new camera because none of this looks like my old camera. My old camera was battered, like it was so scratched. This is not scratched at all, so unless they've just replaced the whole front, I'm not really sure. But to be honest, it took them a month, in fact no, 5 weeks they had my camera, and initially they said 10 days, and even 10 days I was like, well, I'm gonna need another camera in the interim because like I vlog literally most days, and I'm bloody glad that I found this one because it wasn't 10 days at all, it was 5 weeks. There's a bit of a difference there, but I do have it back. I'm very excited. So I'm actually gonna sell this. I think I found it in my drawer, I didn't even know that I still had it. So next week I'm gonna get round to probably listing it on eBay. If you are interested, it's a Mark II. I'll let you guys know on Instagram when I sell that. But I thought I would just do a little chatty section at the end of this vlog because although it's quite long, I feel as though it's like, I am here, I am now here, I am here, which is quite funny because my top literally says I'm here. This is I'm Here Travels, who, little cheeky plug, I am running my trip to the Philippines with in October. There are 2 spaces remaining on that if you're interested, and there are 4 spaces remaining on the trip that they are running to the Maldives. I'm not hosting that one, but I'm going to be on that trip, so if you want to come to the Maldives, there are 4 spaces left on that trip. And whilst we're on the topic of group trip, I feel as though I like to update you. I know this isn't for everybody, I know a lot of people watching are really not interested in group travel, but it is a big part of my life at the moment, and like my day-to-day planning of these trips is taking up quite a lot of my time behind the scenes. So a little update, I am about to launch a Morocco group trip. So if you've ever fancied traveling in Morocco, very much a backpackery trip. We're traveling to 6 locations. It is next June. I think off the top of my head it's the 10th to the 19th of June 2025, and the deposit is £134. That goes on sale on Wednesday, so that's definitely one to mark for your calendars. I'll leave a link to that down below because you can actually register to get like email updates, so you don't have to remember off the top of your head. That one is very different for me. I'm so excited to be working with Plot Packers because they are a company I've known of for a while. I've actually had friends that have traveled with them and really rate it, so I'm really excited to be hosting a group trip, and I've never been to Morocco. Also, we're gonna keep yapping, guys. I hope you don't mind. If you're still watching, thank you. I'm about to launch an interrailing group trip, which I am so excited about. Interrailing is something I've never done, but the locations we are going to are locations I have been to, but not interrailing, if that makes sense. So I think the info will be live today. So that trip is next May. All of the information is on my website and down below. But if you fancy traveling in a group of like-minded fellow solo travelers around Europe for, off the top of my head, I think it's 10 days or 11 days to 3 incredible countries and 5 incredible locations, it's gonna be so fun. And also I've had a lot of people saying, can you do trips like this but in Europe, because obviously Asia is a big commitment, it's a big flight. A lot of people maybe don't want to fly that far away or don't want to pay for a flight that far away. Also, that's a big one. It's a lot more money to fly to Asia than it is to fly to Italy, for example. So yeah, all info is on the website. But if any of those trips sound up your street, I'm always available on Instagram. Drop me a DM, I'll do my best to reply ASAP. And I'm gonna start waffling about that now, but I just like to keep you in the loop. These weekly vlogs are kind of like an update on my week, an update on my life, and for me these trips are a really great way to like bring together my online life and my real life, because I feel as though it's such a nice way to meet you guys and to bring this community into the real world. Traveling is such a special experience, and every group tour I've ever done, I've made such good friends from that, so I think it's just going to be so lovely. Info will be down below. I'm actually going to end this vlog now. It is a Thursday evening. I don't have too much else to say. I've had a pretty chilled out day today for the first time in a while. So yeah, if you've got all the way to the end and you've listened to me whittering on, I want to know what you have done this week. I feel like I sit and talk at you and I'm like, I've done this week and this and this and this, and I guess that is a vlog, but like if you've got to the end, let me know something you've done. Did you have a good day at work? Did you go for a picnic? Did you go for a walk? Have you been to London? What have you been up to? I feel as though, kind of like I just said, I love it when this community is more than just me talking at you. Like, it's a two-way thing. I always want to be like chatting with you guys. Other than that, I shall see you guys back on my channel on Tuesday. Spoiler alert, I am going to be in London in that vlog. It's also my final Eras show in that vlog, and I'm also reuniting with one of my best friends from the other side of the world this weekend, and I'm so excited about it. So all of that's going to be in the vlog on Tuesday. So exciting. Bye guys.